doing some ticket selling, and we're going to check in with them later.
Sure will, and that'll be a lot of fun. But first, we have a story for you about a special pictorial that was put together for the March issue of Playboy. The pictorial features female disc jockeys, and recently Playboy traveled around the country to find the most beautiful women on the airwaves. One of their stops was right here in Pittsburgh. You're looking at 17 of the most beautiful women on the radio in 10 pages of Playboy. These smooth-talking DJs have stepped before the cameras to reveal their sexiest sides, and photographer Dave Meesey caught their every move.
It was fun. It was lots of fun. Traveling all over the country, which is something I do a great deal of anyway, but getting to know these ladies in radio, they're all just fun and crazy and just like they sound on the radio.
From Dallas to Boston to Milwaukee to Miami, these ladies of the airways spin everything from country to rock to classical. And in this striking stack of lady DJs is Chris DeCarlo from Pittsburgh.
The people that listen to me, I think most of them either kind of had an idea of what I look like. I've never hidden anything from them. So probably I'll bet if any of my listeners open up the magazine and there were no names, they could probably tell which one is me, because I let them know. The Wimp Radio Destroyer, the all-new K-ROCK 107 with Chris DeCarlo.
Chris is the afternoon announcer on WOKU-FM. She was watching cartoons on TV and almost dropped the phone the day Playboy called her. She had turned down a similar request several years ago. But this time, she felt it was right to pose for the magazine.
I don't want to sit there in the rocking chair next to my best friend, Shelley, and look over at her when I'm 75 years old and say, why didn't I do it, you know? So she said, go for it.
Hold on. A little tilt to the side. Tilt it.
Was it everything you expected it to be?
No, it was more. It really was. They were so fantastic to me. I can't say enough about them, the way they treated me. Theodore Payne's new one, it is multi-platinum. It's doing really well.
Chris DeCarlo has worked as a radio DJ for 8 years now. Recently, she was hired as the program director for a new heavy metal station, K-ROCK 107, here in Greensburg, PA. I asked Chris if she thought that she was risking her professional reputation, not to mention her new job, by posing for Playboy.
I can't see how it could. That's another reason I waited this long to do this, because there are no ghosts to come out of the closet. I haven't done anything wrong. It's a form of art, and it's tastefully done. Anybody that sees the photo spread on the Women of the Airwaves feature, it's entirely tasteful. So I don't see how it could have a bad effect.
Chris is as excited about her Playboy stint as she is about programming and starting her own music show called Metamorphosis. Someday she hopes it'll be sold to other radio stations. And so does her boss, General Manager Norman Slamenda. He doesn't object to Chris's sizzling Playboy shots in any way.
I think it's a good way of her promoting herself as an individual, as a personality. She's done that with her show. She's been the main force behind the Metamorphosis program. She's the one that's promoted it. It was her idea to begin with.
They're great. I love them. Phantasmo.
But Chris isn't all business. She has her lighter sides, like eating chocolate during her air shift and shopping with her friend Shelley to find clothes to fit her trim 87-pound, 5-foot body.
Look at these.
Sounding good and looking good. It's Chris's song. But will her exposure in Playboy offend her fans?
I think there's controversy all the time with something like this, but I don't tell smokers not to smoke or drinkers not to drink. And I would never dream of trying to, steer someone's life like mine, because my way is not necessarily the way to be. It's the way I choose. So, I'm happy with the way I did this, and hopefully anybody that's offended by it just won't pick it up and look at it.
Controversy or not, Chris was so thrilled with appearing in Playboy that she'd jump at the chance to be a bunny DJ again. But for now, we'll just have to tune in and listen. Too bad we can't see radio, too.
Okay, sure, we'll get that on for you. Thanks. Okay, bye-bye.
Following that photo session for Playboy, Chris was contacted by MTV and asked to appear in an upcoming segment on their show called Music News. Now, she's real excited about that, hopes it will open up a few doors, and says that eventually she would like to go from being a DJ to a VJ, as in video jock.